Hi friends, good evening. Today we are going to see some more topics in static, like how you are going to use static members of the class. Today we are going to cover static versus non-static variable concepts, how to use static and non-static members in static methods, how to use static and non-static members in non-static methods. So today is my agenda to cover these topics, and I'm going to start to just see how I'm going to make the use. I'm starting my Selenium. It's taking time, so just wait. Generally Selenium, like Eclipse, takes time in launching. Let me close also, like right click, close and close all are there, so you can make use of those. Only Java programs, SRC. Let me take one package and I'm going to create one class. So now you are aware about how to create the class in Java. You can see C symbol is also there. It means you are going to create a class. And in Java, every class is having a super class which is object. So object class has some methods, and now those methods will be part of your class. So by default, I'm going to create here one class like static members demo. I'm taking here public static void main. Fine. So my class is created. You can see over here, this is one static method and which is public static void main. I am designing two variables to make you explain about static and non-static. Int x equal to 100. So this is like default variable. I can put the comment so that you can understand. Default variable, because I have not put any keyword, so it's default. And I am like taking static int y equal to 200. So I have created two kind of variable. One is a static variable, one is non-static variable. And what I will do, I will design two methods, like method method, thod method method 1. I am taking a name method and I have to define here like return type. You can see some errors are coming. So return type I should define, and I am defining it like default. The method 1 is default, and I am defining one static void method 2. Just dummy methods I am creating, and I am putting like CSO statements so that you should know how we are going to make the use. I am putting here non-static method and I am putting here static method. So my design part is ready. Now I want to use, fine, I want to use static variables. So how I am going to use that? Say that this is like, first I will take the example of non-static, fine. So if I want to print the value of x inside method, so how I can do that? I will write one CSO statement, and inside it I will simply remove this line of, and I am printing x. So you can see it's allowing me, right? It's allowing me. And if I want to print the value of y, so I can also print the value of y. So there is no restriction, why it is so? Because the member x and the member y and like method 1 belongs to the same class. So non-static methods can access all kind of members of the class, whether they are static or they are non-static. Fine. But for static, like there are some restrictions which you should know. The restriction number 1, like it should not access any non-static members. It should not access any non-static members directly. Fine. Let me explain this. Say that I am copying this 2 line of code from here, and I am trying to copy and paste here. You will see what is coming over here. Why it is coming? Like it is non-static. So non-static variables are non-accessible inside the static method. So what will happen? It will get a compile time error. Fine. Compile time error, it means it should be static. Either static or you should remove it from here. So how I am going to use that? Fine. Let me comment it or remove it because I don't need this. Fine. Same case, the main method is also static. So you can access these static variables directly. Say that if I copy this line of code, yeah, let me copy both line of codes to explain you why it is like happening. Or let me copy all 3 line of codes. So you can see I am writing here inside main static method, and here you can see like it's not allowing me to access. Same case like a static method, same case. So I should not allowed to use this. So either I have to remove, so I am removing this. And like this, y is accessible here, fine. So y is accessible. Why it is accessible? Because like main is also the same class member and y is also the same class member, so it's being allowed. So we are inside the class, and like this is the concept which you can use over here. And one more thing, like in interview they will be asking inside a class, suppose that you are like inside one class, fine, and you have like a static member and non-static member. You have static method, non-static method, fine. So how you are going to use like non-static members into both? So using x is allowed for non-static members, it's allowed. For static members, like it is allowed inside the non-static members. But for the static, there is one implementation which you will have to do, and after that you can use. So I am going to explain you how inside a method you can access a non-static member of the class. So first you have to create one instance. Say that this is my class name. I am creating one class name. Reference variable like obj is equal to new, and class name. You can see this. I have created one reference variable inside static method. And after this obj dot, you can see what kind of things are available for you. So x is available and method 1 is also available. X is available and method 1 is also available. So this is one case like in which you can use non-static members of a class inside a static method of the same class. So this is like very important interview question, and you should have the concept like how you are going to use that. So static is like bit tricky. Static are like being asked multiple times in the interview. They will try to confuse you, but you should have the concept like how you are going to use that. Every non-static members, every non-static members, when you want to access inside a static method, so first you have to create one reference, and with that reference you can, via dot operator, you can access those members. So I can access this semicolon, let me put semicolon, and obj dot method 1. Method name is method 1. So you can see I am allowed to access. Here you can see like compile time error is coming. So what I am going to do, I am going to use cshow, and inside that I want to print. So you can see like in this way I can use. Same case is with main. When you want to access any members of the class inside main and that member is non-static, so first you have to create one reference, and after that reference you can use. So I can use the same line of code over here, and I'll change the reference name. I am taking here obj1 to not confuse you. And now I will run this program. Just see the output, how it is going to work. Like inside main static method, first it is coming inside main static member, then value of y, the value of y is 200. Then I am creating one object of this. So object is being created, and after that I am using obj1.x. So obj1.x is coming, so that's why it is coming 100. And after that I have used obj1.method1. obj1.method1 I have used. So you can see I have used obj1.method1. So method1, go to here. This line of code is coming due to this. This is coming due to x, and this is coming due to y. So method1 has got. Now if you want to access static methods, so there could be two scenarios, whether you are accessing inside the same class or whether you are accessing outside the same class. So this method is present in the same class where the main is present, so you can directly call method name. That could be one scenario. See, I'm not getting any error, method 2. Why it is? Because it is static member. So a static member, inside any static member, like calling is allowed. Calling is allowed. So if I will run this program this time, you will see the output would be like this. Fine. So due to this line of code, it is coming the value 200, 100, and after that I am calling like method 1. So method 1 code is repeated over here. So you can see the output. This is one concept. And if you want to access a static member of the class outside the class, so for a static, class name dot member name can be accessed. So in this way you can access. So this was one concept. I am going to give you more concept like variables. that uniqueness, only one copy of the variable would be created for static members because they are binded to the class, not to the objects of the class. So they are binded to the class, and they occupy the space of into memory into the class area, and only one copy would be available for entire program. So if you are declaring something as static, that is like only one copy would be created. So I'm going to give you that concept. Let me see. First, let me come to this point. I have explained how to use the static and non-static members in static methods, how to use static and non-static members in non-static methods. That topic I have covered. Now I'm going to cover the static versus non-static variable concepts. So that is also a bit tricky, and it's also being asked in the interview, like what is a class variable, what is a reference variable. So I'm coming to this topic, right click, going to new, going to design a class, say that static static variable demo. I'm going to give the name, and I am giving taking public static void main. First let me design the class, then I will design the methods. Say that I am taking int x1 here is equal to 100, fine, and I am designing y1 here equal to 200, and what I am doing, I am making it static, static static. So let me explain the concept of first static, then I'll make you the understanding of non-static. Fine. So how I am going to access? How I am going to access? Let me create one reference of the same class. Inside main, so I am here I'm taking var1 equal to new, fine. You can see over here, now I have var1. Again what I am doing, I am taking one more variable. Again I am taking one more variable. This time var3. Fine. Now I want to print the value. See so? Let me first take var1 dot x1 plus operator, then spacing, then again plus operator, then again I am using var1 dot y1. You can see it's a static variable, but I am using it via variable name. You can access via class name too. Fine. And again I am copying this. Again I am copying and pasting. So I did it 3 times, like var2, var3, var2, var3. Fine. Now I'm going to execute. See what is happening. 100, 200, 100, 200, 100, 200. So it is giving in this way. So this time you will feel like same, or it's working like same. Let me do one thing. I will add plus plus. So let me, because that would be quite tricky if I'll use that. Say that var1 plus plus var1 dot x plus plus. I'm using like that. It's not allowing me, so it's not allowed. Let me explain. I'm using here like that. var1 dot x equal to var1 dot x plus 1. It's allowing here, and again I am printing, and I will use same. So I am using here this time y1. Fine. What I am doing, I am writing var1 dot y1 equal to var1 dot y1 plus 1. It means I am incrementing the value. Now I want to print. See how it is going to work. You can see it's incremented. It's incremented, but others are also impacted. You can see over here. Why it is happening? Why it is happening like that? First, the values was coming 100 and 200. Fine. And when I incremented static and non-static, both I have incremented. So what will happen? Just wanted to explain you what will happen. I incremented the x1 by 1. Fine. And I incremented the y1 by a 1. Or let me add 10 so that you should have more visibility. What I did, I added 10 in each of the variable inside the main. Fine. So like x1 is reference variable. X1 is like object variable, not the class variable. So you can say x1 is instance variable and y1 is class variable. So only single copy of y1 would be maintained for entire program. Only single copy of the y1 would be maintained for entire program. Y1 would not be the part of any object that I wanted to explain. So if I incremented it via var1 dot y1, although what I am doing, I am incrementing var1 dot y1 equal to var1 dot y1 plus 10. It means I am incrementing the value by 10. And if I am incrementing the value of y1, so other objects which was having y1, that would be impacted, but x1 is not. X1 is not impacted. Let me run this program. You can see 100, 200, 110, 210. Why it is like though? It is due to this line of code. So due to line number 35, I am getting 210. Fine. And when I am coming to line number 37, so var2 dot x1. So var2 dot x1 is always having separate copy, and that is like available for only var2. So again it is coming as 100 because a separate copy of x1 would be maintained for var2, but for y1 only one copy was there. So if you have incremented y1 via 10, so that copy is like shown here. You can see 100 and 10, 210. Again, when you will repeat the same line of code, so what will happen, just to explain you, again I am doing it for var2. Let me change this var2. I am changing it for var2. Fine guys. And now if I will run again var2, I want to print the value after change. You will see what is happening. It is happening for var2 as well for var3. So y1 which was like coming for var3, but it was like class variable. So single instance was created, single variable was created. So that will impact here. Let me run this program. You can see 100, 200. The initial value was 100, 200. and after that, after change, it is coming 110, 210, and after that it is coming like 100 and 210. Due to this line of code, it is coming 100 and 200. Again, when I am using this concept, so x1 is changed, but y1 it is carrying the previous value. So due to this line of code, it is incrementing in the previous value. So it is now 220. And when you are going to print the value of var3, so you can see over here x1 his value is 100 and y1 value is 220. So why it is 220, you can see over there. So this was concept, like a good concept. You can see difference between class variable and instance variable. Class variable and instance variable. So one more question in the interview they are going to ask you. Like I have been recently asked this question, and I would like to tell you that can we create any static variable or static member inside main? Fine. So answer is no. Always static members are created into a class, not inside any method. Static members are always created into a class, not into any methods. So let me explain. If I am trying to create int, say that v2 equal to 500. You can see no error is coming. Fine, no error is coming. But when you are trying to put static, a red symbol is coming, and saying illegal modifier for parameter v2, only final is permitted. It means static is not allowed. It means static is not allowed. So this was one concept. Let me cut this. Fine. And let me create one method like void m4. I'm just creating one method like void m4 and I'm pasting it here. Fine. I'm not taking it inside a main, but I'm trying to create inside non-static method. This is a static method, this is non-static method. So when you will try to create like static variable inside a non-static variable, that time it is going to give you compile time error. Illegal modifier. Illegal modifier means static is not allowed. When you will remove the static, the error has gone. Fine. So this was one very good concept. In the interview, they will be asking you like that. They will try to confuse you, but you should have the knowledge of this and don't confuse. Give the answer like confidently. That would be like my concept, and that I wanted to explain you. Like these are very good concept I have acquired via R&D, different R&D topic. Like it's a very good concept which I wanted to share with you. So thank you guys. Thank you for today's session. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining.